guys, I hope you're doing well. Today I just want to share how to get through coronavirus lockdown and be normal, have some kind of normality. As time goes, you cannot slack back. You cannot slack back just because you have the whole 12 hours, you have the whole 24 hours of not going to work. I think this is the time that you could build up your productivity in whatever you want to do for your future or for your now. So I live in the now, in the moment. When the future comes, I'll deal with it as that comes as well, but also I do prepare for the future. Future meaning tomorrow. Tomorrow is my future. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen to me tonight, but I'm hopeful that tomorrow will come. So the best way that I'm finding it a lot easier to get by day is to prepare in advance. I do like to be organized. I've got another video up here, or I'll link it down below, on how to be organized in your everyday life. So the thing that I'm finding is that I did have a week off. I gave myself a week. Well, I took holiday from work because I still work in healthcare. I could have been going to work, but I thought I'll just see how the children are going to settle in. As much as we do have some holidays throughout the year, it's not the same not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. The uncertainty of not knowing whether you're going to go to work or they're going to go to school is a little bit tricky, it's a little bit difficult. It needs preparation. So we've had over a month now of being at home and not going to work. I think it's time to put things in perspective. Those of you that have already started being structured and have a everyday routine, fair enough, you can carry on as normal, but this video is for those that are struggling to live normally with the children at home and with not going to work. So what I'm suggesting now, and this is what's working for me, is carry on as normal. Before bed, my step number one is preparation for tomorrow, which is just before going to bed. I make sure that the kitchen is clean, the sink is clean, all plates are put away, so tomorrow it's ready for up and go like a normal day, like the way it runs, the way I normally run the day. If the children are going to school, I'm going to work, because I'm the sort of person that I don't want to come from work to a dirty house with a lot of jobs. I've been working already. I want to come home and relax. So when I'm in the mood, I'm in the mode of already working, I just carry on. So I've had my dinner, I've cleaned my sink, I've washed my plates, everything is done. Time for me to go and rest. Some people might disagree with it. They prefer go and sit down first, have a little rest, and then come back to it. I'd rather finish eating, do it now, and it's done. So that's the first one. Make sure that when you're going to bed, your surrounding is clean. Maybe you can even hoover if the children are not in bed, and if you're not going to make noises for your neighbors, clean up so tomorrow is a lot easier. And then what is working a lot is having a routine, a set routine, maybe written down rather than just going as a robot, because the chances are you will fall back, you slack back, you want to sit down, you watch a movie and you watch something else, and another series. Before you know it, day's gone, or you just want to sleep. You won't know whether you even be depressed or not. You're bored. You've got nothing to do. So be structured. So have a list. What I've done in my house is this. I've taken pieces of paper like this, normal. I've written them all down for everyone to know what they're doing. And I put it on a page where they know that it's not holiday. It's still school days. They're not going to school, but it's not holiday. So I'm expecting them to get up as normal. 7 o'clock is the time they normally get up for everyday school. I get them to do their personal care, which is showering. It's a habit, it's a routine, they're into it. They just know when they get up, before actually leaving the bedroom, is make your beds. So before my children come out of their rooms, thank God, luckily they've got a room each, they make their beds. I make sure that I go in and check that they've done it. If some days they forget, or they say they're running late, I push them back in. If they're running late, fair enough, I'll do it for them. But if there's a lot of time, like now, there's no excuse. So you make your bed as soon as you get off the bed. Then you go to the bathroom, you freshen up. So I let them freshen up, one each, take their time. And then you get into the kitchen. So they're having their breakfast like normal, like they're going to school. Then the day begins. For them, they know what to do, because I'm not in school with them. They know what they do in school. They've got their corner where they're going to be doing their schoolwork. If they need me, they'll give me a shout. I'll do my best in helping them. At the moment, that job's for the husband. He's doing it. Homework, because I'm still working some nights. So when I come in the morning, I'm tired. So all I'm doing is getting them up, make sure they're following through with it, with the routine. So it is very important, and I stress this, to have a routine like nothing has changed. Because if you work like, oh, it's corona, oh, we're not going to work, oh, we're not doing this, you will be lazy. And if it goes on for another 3 months, you could carry on into a habit which will be part of you. Now that will be your routine of just getting up, sleeping, eating, and all of that. And that's another thing, because you're home, and because everyone is at home, and the cupboards are there, the fridges are there, you're more likely to see them, to notice them a lot more, because you're doing nothing. But if it's a day where you're working, you won't notice that the fridge is there until time for actually making dinner, or time that you're hungry, that you want to eat. But you go into the kitchen 10 times over, you'll see food, you'll eat food. So nothing wrong with that. But some people, like my body is, I've already put on weight. If I eat 3-4 times a day, I will be a balloon if I don't control it. But then that can only happen because I have a lot of time on my hand. So step one is do as normal. Make your bed, do your personal care, do your breakfast, then the day starts. You know, the children are doing their schoolwork, you do as normal. If you normally come from school run and you do your cleaning, your hoovering, and your ironing, and your laundry, you follow through with that. Lunchtime, maybe you cook dinner, you cook lunch, follow through with that. And then I'm sure there's a time where you go to work, if you do go to work. If you don't go to work, this is the time that you can use those moments, those hours, to be productive and do something with your time, rather than just, sleeping or watching movie. Learn a skill. Find something that you think, have a hobby. Right now, hobbies like going outdoors is a bit difficult, because we're not really allowed to go out and find a hobby, like maybe walking in the forest or whatever. But you could be in your house, Googling through or finding out, reading, getting to know you, finding out what you really, really like, and the sort of things that are going to pass your time, rather than just buying time watching television. Obviously, there will be time where someone has to finish school, time is up, they'll join you. Again, follow through with what you would normally do on a normal daily basis. Maybe that's the time that you could encourage the kids also to start learning new skills on what they can do. We find that slot, that 1 hour, that when the children are in school, they do PE. Exercise every day. Exercise is very important. So we're having that 1 hour that they do PE, or 30 minutes, but we're normally doing an hour. Do that 1 hour of just doing exercise at home. Turn your video, your YouTube on, or put your DVD on and do a family workout. Gyms are closed anyway. There would have been a point where you would have been going to the gym, but you can't go to the gym. So do that in your house. Just because the gym is closed doesn't mean you cannot work out at home. I think for those that are really into their gym work, they're already used to that kind of habit, they are doing it. But someone that doesn't normally go to the gym to work out, this is the time that you could get yourself into a habit of doing some exercise from home. I call that bonding time. When you're doing things together, it really does build up your relationship with your loved ones. You build up your relationship with your husband and your children. Your children also have to see you, like, you can have fun. Don't just be uptight and be all these strict, rough, upgoing, tough, macho, all of these parents. Do things together with them. If you cannot do exercise with them, maybe play some games, like you can do Scrabble, you can do spellings as a game, though not like as part of schoolwork. That is what we do. We play, even playing cards, It's a funny one. When the corona started, if you remember, I don't know if you guys saw them, I'll put some clips somewhere here, chicks clips of like fathers doing games that we used to do when we were young. In my country, there's like thing like Pada, Jingo, Janga. That's their way of showing boredom. So if they can do that on their own, you might as well do it as a family. You might as well do it as a group and have fun with it as you're doing it. And then after that, another clip of the kids getting to know us getting to know each other, because sometimes we can just be too occupied with just work, and not so much fun. It's very important to be structured and do work. But at the same time, it's also very important, now that we have this time, we have all these hours at home, to bond with our families. So play games, do competitions. Say, write down those games in the newspapers. All of that, countdown. There's a lot of games that you can do together as a family. And then obviously after all of that exercise and games, you'll be sweating. So freshen up, then wrap it up with finding time to yourself. You know, as much as it's very good to bond and it's very good to do things together, it is also very important to find time just for yourself, just to sit with yourself. I will make a little bit more detailed video about this, about being with yourself, about sitting with yourself. Quiet your mind, tone it down, bring it all down just before you go to bed. It's very important. I stress it. I will make a video about doing this. Some people call it meditation. Some people call it praying. Some people call it just being. You know, there's so many ways of calling it, but I have learned a lot with this. Quiet your mind, calm yourself down, hear yourself think. You know, it's so beautiful when you get in that kind of routine, that kind of domain. And then we can talk about the weekend. Come the weekend, most of us come on the weekend where you celebrate from Friday. I celebrate from Friday, that is weekend. And you have maybe a drink or something, I mean, tea or whatever, you know what I mean? That I have seen people that pre-plan for the whole year. They know what they're doing in June. They know what they're doing in August. They know what they're doing in October, all the way to Christmas time to December. Now that you possibly, for those of you that are not really used to doing that sort of thing, maybe this is the time that you could try and learn that kind of a skill. It's a skill and it's a habit that you cannot learn in one day. You need to train yourself to getting yourself into the mode of pre-planning things. So you could do next week, maybe challenge yourself to do one challenge a week. Start with one challenge a week. I try to do 2, but I don't do them in one day, because that way it gives me enough time to perfect it, to get it right. So if I want to learn a new skill, I cannot learn a new skill in one day. I do it throughout the week. So make sure on your to-do list you have one thing to learn, one as a challenge for yourself. Maybe dancing, maybe doing art, maybe you love drawing. Finish up that canvas that you started, you know. So I want just to encourage you to challenge yourself, because it is a challenging time when you sit in your bed there and you're not doing anything. It is most likely that you're going to end up going to bed just lying there, spending time, and before you know it, it's 2 days you haven't done anything productive. It's 3 days you haven't done anything at all, other than just helping the maybe children doing homeschooling, or those that don't have children, possibly not even doing anything. So find something that is very challenging, a skill to learn, and then perfect it. If there's anything else that anyone wants to add, do please comment, add in the comments what you're doing, what your routines are, how you're spending your time. So once again, thank you very much for taking your time. I really appreciate you. I don't take you watching these videos lightly. You could be watching anybody else's, but it's so nice that you're trying to make friends with me, and I enjoy making friends with you. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do press the button. Please do press the notification button. Comment. Tell me what you do, what you're doing in your own time, step-by-step routines as well. It's going to help someone else out there, as it's going to help me. I could add up more skills to what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. Until next time, bye-bye for now.